Chapter 2, Introductions to Management. So, Introductions to Management हामीले पढ्ने लर्निङ अब्जेक्टिभ्सहरू टु कन्सेप्चुलाइज background, meaning, definition, and characteristics of management, to understand basic principles of management, major functions and processes of management, to realize about management hierarchy, types of managers, skill and roles of managers, management career, and the lastly to overview on emerging challenges for management. ओके यो फिगर हामी हेरिरहेको छौँ है यो फिगरमा के देखिन्छ त यो तपाईँले अनुमान लाउनुभयो होला यहाँ एउटा हामीले कम्प्लिटली डिसिप्लिन देख्छौँ सबैजना एउटा अर्डरमा बसेर उभिरहेको छ प्रे गरिरहेको छ उनीहरू कन्सन्ट्रेट छ होइन उनीहरू एक्सन ओरिएन्टेड छ अब यहाँबाट हामीले के बुझ्छौँ त भन्दाखेरि यहाँ पनि केही न केही म्यानेजमेन्टको कन्सेप्ट होइन एप्रोचेसहरू युज भएको छ यो फिगर तपाईँ हेर्न सक्नुहुन्छ यो कुनै एउटा प्रोजेक्टको रूपमा यहाँ पिक्चरहरू लिइरहेछ खिचिरहेछ भिडियो खिचिरहेछ होइन यति कठिन काम छ र यस्तो कठिन काममा पनि यहाँ म्यानेजमेन्टको कन्सेप्ट म्यानेजमेन्टको अप्रोचेस टेक्निक्सहरू पनि कतै न कतै युज भएको हामी प्रोजेक्टमा देख्छौँ म्यानेजमेन्ट भनेको के कसो हेर्छौँ सो म्यानेजमेन्ट इज अ युनिभर्सल फङ्सन essential for all kinds of organization, right? Whether they may be the business or non-business. So every organization requires making of decisions, coordinating of activities, handling of people, and evaluating their performance directed towards its objective. So these tasks for the organization is performed by the person responsible for planning, implementation, and evaluation of overall activities and resources of organization to attain the specified goals is called management. So management takes place at all levels in the organization hierarchy. So managers should be qualified, skilled, and competent to get desired results and leads organizations into success in a dynamic environment. So management has originated since human beings were organized into communities and groups. It is conceptualized within the business system, along with the evolution and growth of various management theories and principles. However, there is no exact, agreed, and integrated concept of management. Okay, so now let's come on the model of management. The model of management. So I'm coming on the model of management. So in the figure, you can see there the management. One of the component is the people, next component is structure, next component is technology, and these all components oriented toward the achievement of the major goal of the organization and always management manage these all resources, you manage these all resources within the environment. Yeah. So within the environment, management operates the organizations utilizing these all uh, you know uh, resources. Yeah, and gets the result within the constraints. Okay. So the management is composed of the word management, means that to management tactfully. So manage all the working people in organization. Okay. So management, all the working people, within the organizations tactfully. Okay. Tactfully to get things done effectively. And art of it is management is an art of getting things done through others. That is people dimension in a formally organized group. So Mary Parker Follett says that it is an art of getting things done with and through people. Chester I. Bernard says that management is getting things done through people by making the efficient use of resources. Hence, it is an art of getting things done, managing people dimension effectively, and make efficient utilization of overall resources in an organization. Management is developed from the Latin word managere, means to lead by the hand that replicates the people who involved in directing and leading organization. The people who are involved in directing and leading or managing organization are called managers. Management is an organized group of activity, a set of activities directed towards the attainment of goals through the efficient and effective utilization of resources. Management achieves goals by getting the jobs done effectively and efficiently through and with people by using various means of managerial functions, tools, techniques, and approaches in a dynamic environment. So here is two words. One is efficient and next one is effective. So what sort of difference between efficient and effective is that? Efficient means using resources wisely and in a cost-effective way. Whereas the meaning of effective means making the right decision and successfully implementing them. So management is termed as a system approach to the organizations, equipped with the input, processing, and output mechanism. So what input means? Input means 5M plus IT, man, machines, materials, money, methods, information technology. These are the 5M. Okay, 5M plus IT. Okay, it is based on the concept of input processing output mechanism. Input means 5M plus IT. 5M means man, machines, materials, money, and methods, and IT, information technology. So they are feed into the system within the organization, and management is a processor that processes input to yield the desired output. And output is the goal achievement through quality products, services, and customer satisfaction, increased efficiency and productivity. Management is a process of planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling organizational activities and resources for the optimum utilization of overall organizational resources in order to achieve the stated objective. So it is applied to all types of organization, public, private, social, or non-profit making organization. Management is termed as an art, science, and profession. So this is the definition of management as per the Cool and Varies. Management is the process of designing and maintaining an environment in which individuals working together in groups efficiently to accomplish the selected aims. So this definition highlights five core components of managerial work. As a managers, people carry out the managerial functions of planning, organizing, staffing, leading, and controlling. Second, management applies to any kind of organization. Third, it applies to managers at all levels of organization. Fourth, the aim of all managers is to create surplus. And fifth is managing is concerned with productivity. It implies efficiency and effectiveness. So next definition given by the Ricky Griffin is that management is set of activities including planning, organizing, leading, and controlling, directed at an organization's resources, human, financial, physical, and information, with the aim of achieving organization goal effectively and efficiently in a changing environment. This definition highlights five core components of managerial work. First is planning, organizing, directing, and controlling the activities of human and other resources. Second, making the most efficient and effective use of resources. Third, coordinating various activities. Fourth, achieving organizational objectives. And fifth one is coping with the changing environment. So now the concept talking about the concept of management as per the Theo Hammond. So what the Theo Hammond said that he says the management as a process, management as a discipline, management as a noun. So, management as a process, it is a process of converting inputs into outputs through a series of interrelated functions and activities. It is regarded as a social process, continuous process, integrating process, and selective process. The management as a discipline is a specialized branch of human knowledge, involves the study of certain principles, theories, and practices modified according to time and requirement. It is taught in academic institutions and trading house. Third one, management is a noun. It refers to all managerial persons responsible for managing organization. That is board of directors, management committee, managing director, chief executive officer, CEO, deputy CEO, managing directors, MD, directors, divisional managers, departmental managers, supervisors, etc. Now, this time coming in the characteristics of management, it is a goal oriented. Management is a goal oriented. Management is a universal activity. It is a social system approach. It is a process, social process, integrating process, continuous process, selective process. It's a multidisciplinary in nature. It is a dynamic function. It is a science, art, and professions. It helps to attain the efficiency and effectiveness. It helps to adopt the situational approach. It helps to cope with the environment. Okay. So every organization is established for a specific objective. So management involves a system that contributes for the efficient use of human and non-human resources, and all the activities of management are concentrated for achieving the predetermined objective. Next is the universal activity. Management is essential where there is human activity. So it is necessary for all types of organization. Okay. The process of management may be, different from organization to organization and place to place, but the basic principles of management are same. So its principles are universally applicable. Next is it is system approach. It is based on the concept of input processing output mechanism, where inputs are procured by the management and they are processed to yield the desired output, and that output is again transferred to the environment. So management operates the input processing output mechanism within the environment. Okay, so there is a feedback that you know that feedback always connects from input to the processing mechanism and the input portion. And on the basis of feedback, we can just strengthen the processing mechanism and change the input version. Okay. So next is that it is a process. It is a social process. It is a social process. Okay. It is a integrating process. It's a continuous process. The selective process. Okay. So management is a multidisciplinary in nature because the management is related to with the other disciplines as well. And we just uh, many of the principles and techniques used in the management are borrowed from a number of other disciplines such as psychology, sociology, economics, mathematics, and it means the professional manager must have some knowledge of accountancy, economics, psychology, and other disciplines as well. It is a dynamic function. It is a dynamic function. Management is a dynamic and continuous process. It is a the effective management system of today may not be effective after some period. So therefore, the managers must be dynamic and flexible with the changing environment of the society. They have to, they have to modify their working style according to the time and situations to adjust with the changing environment of business. It is a science, art, and professions. So I have already enlightened you about the science, art, and professions. So we'll talk later on. And let's come on others like the management as science. It is a systematized body of knowledge consisting of various concepts, theories and principles of universally applicable and acceptable. It is based on the scientific inquiry, investigation, and experiments. The output of management can be tested, verified, and experimented, and the variable of it has cause and effect relationships. Management as an art. It is a generation of new ideas and concepts and applications of knowledge and skills to produce the desired results and affect through continuous deliberate efforts and endeavors. The practical knowledge and personal skills gained by the managers is applied to materialize the vision into reality and solve the various kinds of organizational problems, taking managerial decisions depending upon the situation. And the last one is management as a profession. It is an occupation, involves rendering valuable and personal service of special and expert nature. In order to practice their profession, they must have minimum academic and professional qualifications prescribed by law or by the concerned professional association. It has certain norms, values, and code of conduct that to be followed. Attaining efficiency and effectiveness. So, efficiency is defined as getting things right. It is a managerial ability to minimize the use of resources or amount of input to produce a desired output. Whereas the effectiveness, on the other hand, is defined as doing the right things. It means the ability of management in choosing the appropriate goals and achieve those within the given constraints, that is, time, cost, and performance parameters. So, this is the basic differences between efficiency and effectiveness. Okay. Adopting the situational approach. So, managing an organization depending upon the situation or environment. So decisions making and performing managerial functions in ever-changing environment. Okay. So managing an organizations, depending upon the situation and environment. So you have to take a very effective decision, crucial decision, so as to make and perform the managerial functions in ever-changing environment. So next one, the coping with the environment, you know, the effectiveness of the management always lies in its ability to cope with the changing environment. So there are two types of environment, internal environment and external environment. So internal environment is controllable and by the management, where the external environment is non-controllable. It is not controllable. External environment has powerful influence on organization. So globalization and global environment has made a significant impact, to the organization, day-to-day organization operation. This is a, organization operation and decision. So you have to adapt your organizations with the changing environment, change environment. So while you just see the picture, this picture is very much, I think, powerful. That shows every individuals have a kind of passage. They have equal, relations to network to all, to all the key members in the organization. So it's based on the teamwork, त्यो टिममा चाहिँ सबैजनाको सिङ्क्रोनाइजेसन हार्मोनाइजेसनले गर्दाखेरि त्यो संस्था चाहिँ इफेक्टिभली मोबिलाइजेसन भएको हुन्छ र सबैको आफ्नो रोल हुन्छ अब यसमा एक घन्टा छोडिदियो हात छोडिदियो भने सबै टिमै डुब्ने हो होइन त्यही त हामीले के बुझ्नुपर्छ भने संस्थामा सबै मेम्बरहरूको चाहिँ त्यति नै ठुलो पावरफुल रोल हुँदो रहेछ होइन त्यसै कारणले कुनै मेम्बरले चाहिँ बढी काम गर्ने कुनैले नगर्ने भन्ने चाहिँ यदि हामीतिर लाग्यो भने चाहिँ प्रगति गर्दछ types of management there are three types of management: top level management, middle level management, and lower level management. So talking about the top level management, the board of director, chairman, president, vice president, CEO, chief executive officer, deputy CEO, managing director, MD, directors, these all positions, key positions lie under the top level management. Whereas the divisional, under the middle level management, the divisional chief, departmental chief, divisional chief, these all lies under the middle level management. And talking about the lower level management, the sectional chief, unit heads, supervisors, these all lies under the lower level management. So what are the, duties and responsibilities of top level management? What are the duties and responsibilities of top level management? Environmental scanning. Number one is environmental scanning, monitoring, studying, and analyzing business environment and its resulting impact to the organization. Next, setting and formulating mission and strategy goals, long-term plans, general operating policies and decision that is long-term impact. Next, providing leadership vision, instruction, guidance, and directions to all the media level management. Next, evaluating or appraising and reviewing regular performance of all the key departments, divisions, sections, and heads associated there. Next, designing and developing suitable organizational structure to suit with the changing context of environment. Next, motivating, supervising, and improving morale of all the key divisional and departmental managers. Next, exercising overall control to all the key authorities and resources of the organization and takes necessary corrective actions for the overall performance improvements. And the last, designing and implementing systems, procedures, manuals, and directives to increase efficiency, effectiveness, and productivity of the organization. Now, let me come about the duties and responsibilities of middle level management. First, setting and formulating tactical goals and plans and take tactical decisions in regular operations of the organization. Next, implementing plans, policies, strategies, and overall decisions as framed by the top level management. Next, providing leadership vision, instruction, guidance, and directions to all the lower level management. Next, evaluating or appraising and reviewing regular performance of all the key sections, subsections, units, and the heads associated there and providing feedback for the same to the top level management. Next, motivating, supervising, and increasing morale of lower level managers in their respective departments or divisions in an organization. Next, exercising overall control to lower level managers and resources utilizations within their departments and taking necessary corrective actions for the overall performance improvements. Next, implementing systems, procedures, manuals, and directives to increase efficiency, effectiveness, and productivity of organization. Next, submitting the reports of achievement and performance periodically to the top level management. Now let me come number third, duties and responsibilities of lower level management. First, setting and formulating operational goals and plans and take operational decisions in the day-to-day operations of organization. Next, implementing plans and decisions as formulated and taken by middle level management. Next, providing leadership, vision, instruction, guidance, and directions to all the operating employees and workers. Next, evaluating or appraising and reviewing regular performance of all the operating employees and workers within section or units and providing feedback for the same to the middle level management. Next, motivating, supervising, and improving morale of all the operating employees and workers within section or units. Next, exercising overall control within section or unit and taking necessary corrective actions for the overall performance improvements. Next, allocating tasks, duties, and responsibilities to all the operating employees and workers within section or unit. Next, submitting the reports of achievement and performance periodically to the middle level management. Now, the next topic is management skills and roles. Management skills. So, as per Henry Fayol and Robert Krauss, there are, three types of managerial skills. One is technical skill, next is human skill, and the last one is conceptual skill. Technical skill is job-related skills. It is the ability to use the procedures, tools, techniques, and knowledge to perform a specialized task or functions. Number two is human skill. It is the ability to work with, understand, and motivate people needed to get along with the people and get work done effectively and efficiently. So it is the interpersonal skills that is communication, coordination, cooperation, negotiation and bargaining, motivation and conflict resolution. And third one is conceptual skills. It is the ability to visualize the organization in its totality, its environment, like analytical skills. Analytical skills mean the skills of the environmental scanning and analysis, the skills of diagnosis of situation and problems of organization, and framing effective strategies in order to captivate the opportunities and confronts with the unfavorable threats or the complexities. So, the talking about the manager skills, their top level management, have more of a, what do you call that, conceptual skills, whereas, the frontline managers have, low conceptual skills. And when you go up, then the conceptual scales are getting wider. So it is very wide at the top, and it is narrow at the bottom. We're talking about the human skills. It is the proportion of the human skill. It is equal at all levels of management. It means that if you see, the what do you call the percentage, human skills को चाहिँ सबै म्यानेजमेन्ट लेभलमा बराबर चाहिँ यसको proportion हुन्छ, whereas talking about technical skills, the top level management needs, narrow, whereas the frontline managers मा चाहिँ त्यो टेक्निकल स्किल्स बढी हुन्छ होइन। कन्सेप्ट र टेक्निकल स्किल चाहिँ अब मिडिल लेभल म्यानेजरमा हेर्दाखेरि चाहिँ लगभग कन्सेप्चुअल स्किल र टेक्निकल स्किल हेर्दाखेरि चाहिँ हामी यहाँ बुझिरहेका छौँ कुनमा बढी छ कुनमा कम छ भनेर। तर अब टप लेभल म्यानेजमेन्टमा चाहिँ टेक्निकल स्किल कम हुन्छ। तर जति हामी मिडलमा आउँछौँ त्यो बढ्दै जान्छ र फ्रन्ट लाइन म्यानेजर्समा गएपछि चाहिँ धेरै टेक्निकल स्किल चाहिन्छ है। यो कुरा त मैले अगाडिको स्लाइडमा पनि गरिसकेको छु र यहाँ पनि हामी हेर्न सक्छौँ। यहाँ म्यानेजमेन्ट लेभलमा टप लेभल म्यानेजमेन्ट छ होइन। यहाँ स्किल्स निडेड हेर्दाखेरि चाहिँ हामी के देखिरहेको छौँ भन्दाखेरि कन्सेप्ट स्किल चाहिँ टप लेभलमा बढी चाहिँदो रहेछ होइन। अनि त्यसपछि यहाँ कन्सेप्ट स्किल चाहिँ बढी चाहिँदो रहेछ। अनि ह्युमन स्किल्स चाहिँ सबै म्यानेजमेन्ट लेभलमा चाहिँ इक्वल रेन्जमा हुँदो रहेछ। वेयरएज चाहिँ अब टेक्निकल चाहिँ एकदमै थोरै टप लेभल म्यानेजमेन्टमा चाहिँ लाग्दो रहेछ। अब मिडल लेभल म्यानेजमेन्टमा चाहिँ ह्युमन स्किल्स चाहिँ सबैमा एउटै 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 प्रोपोर्सनमा जान्छ। वेयरएज टकिङ अबाउट द टेक्निकल स्किल चाहिँ यहाँ आएपछि अब के भयो त, कन्सेप्ट स्किल पनि यसमा योभन्दा यहाँ कम भयो, तर टेक्निकल स्किल चाहिँ बढ्यो होइन। अब सुपरभाइजरी र अपरेसन म्यानेजमेन्ट लेभलमा आएपछि के हुन्छ, टेक्निकल स्किल चाहिँ एकदमै बढी चाहिँदो रहेछ र वेयरएज कन्सेप्ट स्किल चाहिँ एकदमै कम लाग्दो रहेछ। So kind of as a manager moves from supervisory to top level management, conceptual skills become more important than technical, but human skill remains, same. Right? Human skills, remain same or remain important. Right? So now I'm just coming on the managerial roles. As per the Henry Niswag, there are three types of management roles that to be played by the managers in today's dynamic environment, or today's organizations with the dynamic environment. There are three types of roles: interpersonal roles, informational roles, and decision roles. Okay. So interpersonal roles concerned with the maintaining formal and informal relations with the employees and public at a large. So these roles are the figurehead roles, leaders roles, liaison roles. Okay. So talking about information roles, it is concerned with receiving, collecting, and circulating the information. All right. So talking about the decision roles, it is concerned with choosing a best solutions of a problem from among the alternatives, like entrepreneurship role, disturbance handler role, resources allocator role, and negotiator role. So all above roles are interconnected. Yeah, all above roles are interconnected, and they must be performed consistently based on teamwork, managing equally time, resources, cost, performance parameters, and other constraints. Okay. So what is actually the figure interpersonal role? It is concerned with maintaining formal and informal relations with employees and public at a large. A figurehead role, right? The managers play this role when they perform duties that are ceremonial and symbolic in nature. Okay, these include the greetings, the visitors, distributing gift, attending ceremonial function. So these all are the figurehead role. Okay, so managers play the role when they perform the official functions. And they are essential to maintain the disciplines and efficiency among the staff of organization. And this role involves directing, motivating, leading, and controlling the resources, human resources to carry out the operating activities as per the organization plans. So the liaison roles means, the managers play this role when they work as a connecting link between the organization and outside institutions or people. And this role of managers helps to maintain social and business relations with outsiders. And through this role, the managers work as a bridge between different units of the organizations and outsiders. Okay. Now this I'm coming on the monitor role. What is actually the monitor role? So this role involves receiving information about internal performance of organization and of external events. For this, our managers may appoint manpower of different skills to examine the environment in order to gather information about changes, opportunities, and problems, and that may affect the organization. The formal and the informal contacts are the useful for collecting information. It's the disseminator role. Disseminator role means, this role involves the transmitting the relevant informations to the members of organization. And this information may relate to the internal operation and external environment. So managers provide all the necessary informations to subordinates on the basis of their requirement. It is a supportive for smooth functioning of organizational activities. The spokesperson role, as a spokesperson, our managers formally relays information to people outside the organization. Performing such a role, the managers acts as an agent of organization. Managers explain the viewpoint of the enterprise on significant matters or answers queries of the people. For example, after completion of annual general meeting, manager communicates information of past achievement, present trend, and future plans of organization. This time coming on the entrepreneur role. Okay, what is actually the entrepreneur role? So, what is actually the entrepreneur role? This role involves initiating changes or acting as a change agent and taking, taking the risks for the better performance. As a manager or develops new ideas and strategic models for implementation, first line supervisors continuously look for new ideas or new methods to improve departments or group performance. For example, and effective marketing managers continually seeks new product development ideas. Okay. So disturbance handler role means, this role involves taking corrective actions when the organization faces unexpected disturbance, such as a strike, dispute between the subordinates, negotiations with suppliers, etc. So the immediate steps is to respond quickly and restore normality. As such, the managers have to handle a conflict tactfully. This is essential for uniform activities of the organization. Next is the resource allocator. So resources you already know the resources. The managers has to allocate the scarce resources in all departments or divisions and units where they are most needed. So therefore, our managers has to decide exactly who should get and what. Negotiator. So negotiator role means our managers must bargain with other units and individuals to obtain advantage for his unit. The negotiations may concerns with the work, performance, objectives, resources, or anything else, including the units. As a negotiator, manager should have ability to bargain with others for the benefit of the organization. Okay, so let me just come and give the examples like information, monitor, seeks and receive the information, scan periodicals and reports, maintain personal contact with the stakeholders, disseminator forward informations to organization members by memos, reports, and phone calls. Spokesperson transmit informations to outsiders by reports, memos, and speech. Interpersonal figurehead perform ceremonial and symbolic duties such as greeting visitors and signing legal documents. Leader direct and motivate subordinates, counsel and communicate with the subordinates. Liaison maintain information links both inside and outside the organizations by mail, phone calls, and meetings. Decisions interpanels initiate improvement projects, identify new ideas, and delegate idea responsibility to others. Disturbance handler take corrective actions during disputes or crises, resolve conflict among subordinates, adapt to environments. Resources allocator decide who gets resources, prepare budgets, set schedules, and determine priorities. Negotiator represent departments during the negotiations of union contracts, sales, purchase, and budgets. Now, principles of management. So there are 14 principles of management: division of work, discipline, unity of command, unity of direction, authority and responsibility, scalar chain, subordination of individual interest to organized interest, order, equity, centralization and decentralization, remuneration of personnel, stability of tenure, initiatives, spread the crops. Functions of management, they're planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. So the principles of management and its functions, please refer this link. This is the link. So please open this link and read it. So I have, broadly, I have explained, the principles of management, 14 principles of management, and the functions of management in this link होइन यो लिङ्कमा गएर हेऱ्यो भने मैले सबै तपाईँको यसलाई एक्सप्लेन गरेको छु त्यहाँ सो म्यानेजमेन्ट प्रोसेस भन्ने बित्तिकै हामीले यति कुरा बुझ्नुपर्छ यु हेभ टु अन्डरस्ट्यान्ड द म्यानेजमेन्ट प्रोसेस अलवेज स्टार्ट्स फ्रम प्लानिङ and what is planning we will discuss on the coming chapter and planning should be implemented and for the implementation of plan we need organizing we need staffing we need directing okay so directing also includes leading motivating communicating coordinating supervising supervising functions so and the controlling means monitoring evaluation so planning implementation and control and the control mechanism that includes the monitoring evaluations and that gives the feedback on the basis of this feedback you can strengthen the implementation mechanism or reframe or reformulate the planning okay on the basis of feedback either you can strengthen the implementation mechanism or you can reformulate the planning so this is the management process okay. So you सबै these are interconnected, interdependent each other. Okay. So planning पछि implementation control पछि feedback अनि त्यो feedback चाहिँ कन्ट्रोलबाट त्यो feedback आउँछ यो feedback भनेको performance feedback हो अनि यो performance feedback को आधारमा हामीले implementation मेकानिजमलाई strengthen गर्न सक्छौँ या हाम्रो प्लानिङमा चाहिँ हामीले रिफर्मुलेट गर्न सक्छौँ या चेन्ज गर्न सक्छौँ या मोडिफाई गर्न सक्छौँ म्यानेजमेन्ट करियर okay, the management is a dynamic and fast growing profession. Management dynamism is mainly influenced by growing competition, globalization, environmental change, ever changing customer need and expectation. Management students are prepared to captivate opportunities and confront with threats around them. They can do SWOT analysis in their practical life. Management graduates can get plenty of jobs opportunities and opportunities around opportunities bound across business and non-business sector with the generalization and specialization that is marketing finance operation human resources management production etc Op- management also provides a plenty of self-employment opportunities In a typical organization, managerial position range from frontline supervisory positions to frontline supervisory positions to top managers in the firm. Like the CEO, the frontline supervisory roles are entry-level management positions. A functional manager is responsible for a broader range of people, process, and business activities. Senior managers and directors are typically responsible for a number of groups, departments, and divisions. Okay, the managers management is a very exciting and rewarding career in the management offers status, interesting work, and the satisfaction of working closely with the people. Management is a people job. Management job is variety in nature, work in a variety of areas. Thank you.